All right, that is a cacophony of a million Breath of the Wild themes playing, and the monitor of it feedbacking and looping. So that's my little artsy contribution to to game music. That's the kind of thing you see in like a museum, right? You go to a museum and they're like, "Oh, it'll be an audio piece. This will be interesting," and it's just like they recorded themselves wiping their butt for a year, and then they looped it together, and you're like, yeah, that's artistic, isn't it? That's great. I'm glad I get to know what your butt sounds like. And you're like, sounds of the world, man. Sounds of the world. Felix, Leonot, are we ready for the top 20 games? Top 20 video game music tracks from the last 5 years. There's a chair in the desert back there. I'll have to move that chair. Yeah, slightly different lighting. I've kind of moved my whole studio around. And I cut my hair again. And my beard. Do I look tired? Jesus! That's nice. Q-Harg! You are Siegfried. I look tired? I don't know. Is it me or do you sound judgmental? God. Just can't win with you people. I just can't win. I don't know. I'm not trying to do anything. All right, I'm going to change my white balance, though. It looks a little chilly to me. There we go. It's a little more human. Not so purple. I don't want to be orange. Definitely don't want to be purple. That's better, hey? Took butt prints of his friends. Yeah, of course. Probably your tax dollars probably went to some, what do you call them? Scholarship thing for that. He's a genuine artist, and I like a fair bit of his work. But. All right, let's do it. Thanks, Leonot, for... Didn't wait long into your phone. But ID. No one will ever want to crack that code. Want to crack that crack. We're off to a very mature start here. It's fantastic. God, I hate the internet here. It's always so frustrating. It's just endless frustrations. Oh, I should put this graph in front of me. That's what I should do. This audio graph. There you go. Ba-doom, boom, boom. Don't ask me about the time. But time. I don't know. You're not judgmental. I'm just being a little, defensive bitch, I guess. Oh, how dare you say that I look tired? Oh, no. I don't know. It's not a great thing to hear. Am I tired? I don't feel more tired than I do every other day. So, yeah, maybe it's just you. Maybe it's not up to me, I guess, to say whether I look tired or not. It is up to you. Thank you for your input. It's very, very valuable. We value it here at a 90s Kid. Thank you so much, Felix. I almost said Leonot out of reflex because I was insulted and annoyed. All right, butt time. So, thanks, Lena, for organizing the tracks. Thanks, everybody, for submitting them so fast. And, what do you call it? And also being so generous, and like letting other people get their songs in, even if they're late, like One Lich. Well, I guess so. Lena always has a positive way to spin it, especially with Nomura. All right, so these are the top 20 video game tracks of the last 5 years as chosen by you. I cut the beard, eh? A disgrace for man. Now it's just down to like what your grandmother's beard probably looks like, eh? Oh, because you're Italian. First up is Devil May Cry 5. A game came out within 5 years. Silver Bullet. This is probably going to be pretty extreme. Final boss track. Are you ready for button pressing? Yeah. That's cool. I like this. Ooh! Now, I thought this was going to be more of kind of like generic, like by the name, I thought, okay, it's going to be very generic, kind of guitar rock or something. And then I hear all this more like dubstep-y stuff. And again, I think, okay, maybe more sort of generic dubstep-y. But the tones they had in the dubstep were really organic feeling. Because a lot of times dubstep is just sort of, they go so random with the notes, it really lacks a lot of musical quality for me. But I find with this, it feels more like an instrument is being played and manipulated, and there's like a nice juicy tone you can really sink your teeth into. And also the places that it goes are very dramatic. There's a lot of movement to it. Fits really well for a final boss phase. It's going to have lots of ups and downs. Like, oh, right here, it's a little more Castlevania-ish. No, then it kind of chills for a bit, but it's building up to it. Oh. Fantastic. That's a really good track. One of my favorite tracks of all time is from Devil May Cry 4, Heaven Through Hell or something. Heaven, whatever. Heaven in Time. Time in Hell. Anyways, Great track. Fantastic start. Good job, DJ Lena. Next track is from Danganronpa V3. It's called New World Order. That's a pretty simple track. I don't know in what context that would be used for. Kind of feels like it's just tense and building and but not really changing much at all. It's kind of like the Shaft theme. Sounds really great for about 30 seconds, but it never really goes anywhere. It's a good track. This would be more like something of I don't know. It always feels like it's just about to get off the ground and then falls down and then keeps coming back, like a menu theme or a decision you need to make or something. I think it would work really well. I like a lot of the tones and the layers of it, and I like the drums, the propulsion, the rhythm of it. But yeah, in terms of the arrangement or the composition, I think it's a hub theme. Oh, I wouldn't want to listen to this track for more than like a minute at a time. But you know, a lot of game music is for different periods of time, right? So you can have something that's amazing to listen to for 30 seconds, but you wouldn't want to listen to it for more than that, right? So, or some songs that are great 7 minutes through. So, as a short piece, I really like it. Oh, good. More Kingdom Hearts. Hang on. Is there a gun nearby? No. Okay. Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC Vector to the Heavens. All right, as we can see, there's some footage from Nomura working on his next script. There it is. Oh, it's coming out now. You can see it. There's the script coming out. Oh, yes. Nomura really pulling out all the stops. There we go. Kingdom Hearts 3, 4.5.55. Okay, yeah, definitely another, no. You know why I don't like Nomura? It's because he should have just stuck. If he just does his crap in Kingdom Hearts land, fine. Don't mess with my Final Fantasy 7, Nomura. Alright? It's not yours. Don't mess with it. And if it was Kitase, then screw you too. Yeah, too late. Take an umbrella. Also thinking Doom from the music. Oh, I see. Oh, Doom for bumping up these low end stuff. Anyways, that was pretty lowbrow, but hey, I'm on the internet. Yeah, another great, solid Kingdom Hearts track. Goes a lot of places. Has a lot of. It's nice to hear like this kind of orchestral with working really well with a lot of like rock kit and big drums behind it, and not sounding generic with the drums, but actually really pushing through really well. I think it has like a great momentum. A lot of nice sounds. You know, it doesn't kind of overuse that guitar that's coming in right now. It sounds kind of epic and sprawling and lots going on. Is it Yoko Ono does this one? Yoko Shimura? I think. I can't tell. All right, so next up is from whatever Deep Six is, featured in... Oh, crap. Featured in Mass Effect Andromeda. If this is a... like a band's track, I don't think we can do this. It's called Deep Six Drive, featured in Mass Effect Andromeda. I know it was in the game... Mass Effect, so when people stream that game, that shouldn't be a problem. But I don't want to get a copyright strike. Yoko Shimomura, who also did Street Fighter 2. It's pretty amazing. Deep Six Drive band. Who is this? DJ production duo. Well, seems like a lot of people have... Like, this random person has Deep Six Drive, a Mass Effect track. This is from their site, though. Yes. Let's not do that one. We're going to do it like this instead. Okay. Space Club. Okay. Well, hope that was worth it, because that might be the end of our channel. That might have been our 3 copyright strikes right there. Pretty great track. It was had like a nice, fun funk to it. Nice character, nice bop, nice bounce. You check the description of YouTube and had the thing where it says the song name, artist, publisher. Oh, okay. Thanks, Leonard, for checking that. Well, maybe we should be okay. Anyways, next up is going to be Mega Man 11, instrumental track, Impact Man theme. New Mega Man. Ooh, speaking of fun. All right, that sounds like, I think it's a good point. It doesn't sound very menacing. You're not really scared of this boss. This is more like you're having a really great time. This sounds like Persona pumped up and like the tempo jacked up about, an extra like 10 beats per minute. Yeah, it's just kind of sort of backgroundy. And I mean, when you hear this, do you think of Impact Man? Do you think of someone big and huge and making... I don't hear any kind of weight or impact behind it. It's a nice track, but it doesn't... I would have never guessed this is from Mega Man, ever. Although, I haven't followed any Mega Man music since, the earlier stuff like the NES and Super NES. Yeah. It's a good stage theme if you were moving really fast between a lot of different platforms and stuff. Look how compressed it is. Okay, well, that was Mega Man 11. Not much to say about that, eh? I don't know. Maybe Impact Man is really fast and he's kind of your friend. But if you had to kill your friend, that wouldn't be very happy. Next up is Shaman from the Downtown. I have no idea what this is from. From the game Pathologic 2. There we go. This must be... Herb Brides, eh? Another great track from Pathologic 2. Very uncomfortable, but yeah, like One Lich says, uncomfortable, but in a good way. Gravity bending polyhedron. That's pretty cool. I like the art style of these images we've seen and the sounds of it. Very organic, tense, rising. This kind of has like a swirling sort of chanting nature, like energy is gathering, but in a kind of an evil way. Something terrible is about to happen. Sounds great. And not just scary, but fits what it's doing perfectly. Okay, next up, even scarier than Pathologic 2 is a dungeon theme from The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. That was really, really nice. It's got that kind of Majora's Mask. This is from the Link's Awakening, 2019. And from the game, seems like. Yeah, I think it's official. You booted it up on batteries from 1998 that were still in it. Oh my god. Nice one, Hork. This is gorgeous. It's got that that like push and pull of Majora's Mask, like Oath to Order, the Calling of the Four Giants. Just so many like kind of dramatic rising and falling melody lines of these strings. So much tension and like constant oppression, but then like this kind of swirling doom with a slight bit of positivity in the middle, trying to bring it up. It's fantastic. I love this. Wow. Yeah, I always wished I had a Game Boy at that time to get into those top-down Zelda games, because they worked so well. They continued on what the original Zelda was doing, right? Like Link to the Past. That's fantastic. I gotta add that to my collection. Who put that one on? Next up, this is from Octopath Traveler. I know Super Mikado Brothers, who have if you're into music, video game podcasts, they're the best. This is a big favorite of theirs. A song called They Who Govern Reason. Solace! Pretty dancey. Ba-da-bum. This is an iced coffee with almond milk and stevia. Well, that was nice. A little more dancey than I thought. It's kind of like a Polish disco kind of vibe with just sort of these I don't know, what would you call it, like klezmer, like it's really nice. Great organic sounds with that fiddle and I love that bass just pumping along in the background. That's great. It's a fantastic track. This game looked so amazing. Hey, when I first when they were talking about the Switch is coming out. Okay, what kind of games is it going to have? Crappy Wii games? Do you think this is crappy? It was pretty cool when this looked like this was going to be, you know, your exclusive. Can you show me the... Yeah, I mean, how cool does that look? That is such a nice way of taking what is nostalgic about the older JRPGs, but then like boosting it up in a way, and also doing something original. Like, there's everything about this game I love on paper. It's not just a remake. It's got its own story. It looks incredible. It sounds incredible. They kind of did everything right. I just heard from a lot of reviews that it was like, out of the story didn't really stick for people. Although, you know, Duncan, he used to come by and he subbed on Twitch a lot, and he lives in my town, for my village. But I think he moved to Montreal for school, and he loves this game. Him and his friends are obsessed with this game. But I had played a demo, and the demo starts off with like a lot of text up front, a lot of lore text, and I just was kind of turned off right away. I wish it had more of it jumped into it a bit more, because it looks nice. Oh, and it's got to be really hard to balance 8 different stories and then try to link them up. It's kind of like they came up with the name and they go, oh yeah, Octopath, and there'll be 8 stories. And then they did 2 stories and they're like, oh, that was hard. How many more? 6 more. Okay, one of them's a rogue. Blah, blah. Okay, next. Oh, make it undead. Okay. Ugh. And then they put it out. Yeah, fantastic. Thank you, Octopath. Next up, Labyrinth of Refrain, Coven of Dusk, 15_few_GT brackets Wasteland. Definitely a video game track. I don't know. Was this like a PC game? Like a really cheap PC game? This one has its own equalizer, but you can't see for some reason. Yeah, there's one. Ooh. Ooh. Ah. What the heck game is this? It's a lot of things. Hannah! That's a pretty exciting track. Definitely feels like a sort of like a Super Nintendo style with sort of the wind samples they're using, the wind instruments, and the like a Chrono Trigger track, trying to evoke an exotic place, or like one Lich was saying, kind of ghostly, kind of pirate-ish, kind of medieval, kind of like historic. It's pretty nutso. But I really like it. I think it's pretty talented. It throws everything at the wall, and I think most of it sticks. All right, next up is going to be from Fire Emblem, Three Houses, The Edge of Dawn. Oh, kind of glitchy.
Reach for my hand, I'll soar away into the dawn. Oh, I wish I could stay here and cherish hearts in peaceful days. I fear the edge of dawn, knowing time betrays. Faint lights pass through colored glass in this beloved place. Silver shines, the world dines, a smile on each face. As joy surrounds, come through the bounds, and I can feel them breaking free. For just this moment lost in time, I am finally me. Yet still I hide behind this mask that I have become. My blackened heart, scorched by flames of force I can't run from. I look to you like a red rose, seeking the sun, no matter where it goes. I long to stay where the light dwells, to guard against the cold that I know so well. As the rain falls on the path, I chase your shadow.
I like that filtered piano. Sounds like Persona.
Or the ground below. Then you turn to me and I stop before I know. And the lie upon my lips, I let it go.
Well, there you go.
Cross my heart,
Hope to
making
die.
vows I know will be betrayed.
Okay. That's a solid one of those. You know, I feel like I've heard this kind of track a lot of times. It's a really great version of it, with a little bit more production and arrangement flair of it. Yeah, it's sort of like future pop, or I'm sure this is like some kind of a genre. Like, to me, this is sort of like an anime pop, anime trailer, anime opening credits kind of thing. But it does definitely have more going on, like Hannah's saying, the subtle synths and stuff. You know, some trumpets here. It's nice. And there was that sort of Persona part in the little breakdown. I think it sounds like a one of those, but it does have a lot of nice touches around it to make it pretty palatable. It's very digestible. Oh, I like those string movements. There we go. All right, this next one is from El Azul. Hello. This is from Death Stranding. It's by Ludwig Forssell. The Severed Bond. And then we're going to have a little break. on the D-Live homepage. This is a very celebratory music for it. D-Live homepage. So when would this play? In some like 90-minute cutscene? Yeah, I think what this track does and what a lot of the score does is it sounds kind of like there's an encroaching, something overwhelming is surrounding everything, almost like you're approaching a black hole that's going to take over the whole world, like that black tar rising up. Oh, and then that nice kind of fade away. And see, what I like about these instruments is that they sound like old instruments, like a relic of the past, like an old piano. And, sorry, I was reading what Siegfried said. I like when Matt doesn't like a game, you can feel his cold hatred. Yes, I get very angry at some games. So anyways, like when they take, like that to me sounds like they took an old piano and just like smashed it with a hammer, detuned it, and did a lot of crazy things with it, which to me sounds like sort of the old ways of the past that have been forgotten and abandoned in this dystopian future. And you're trying to hold on, but it's like there's like being sucked towards this black hole of the future that is going to rip apart all of humanity and everything you knew, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I think this is like a pretty fantastic track that I think tells the story better than Kojima can. Okay, next up is from Papacity, Central Day Whoopo. Ooh, hang on, it's going somewhere else. We'll stay here a little longer. Oof. That was real good. All right, so that was hey, I can't leave you hanging, can I? What have we been listening to here? Octopath, Three Dogs Being Poo. There we go. Getting the shower, Sam. All right, we're going to take a little break from the top 20. This next track is the first recorded computer music. This is the Manchester Mark I playing God Save... It says God Save the King, but I believe that's actually God Save the Queen. By Black Sheep and a bit of a jazz track called In the Mood. And a BBC recording. There you go, One Lech. From autumn 1951. It's so old, they don't even know what month. They go, autumn sometime. 1951, the first computer music. Are you ready?
All right, hang on again.
There we go.
Machine resented it. Alright, hang on again.
You could just see like so many guys being like, enter, put in the card. Okay, all right. Oh. It takes 10 men to operate this computer.
She's not enjoying this. It's gone on strike a bit.
Oh, it's so flat. God. E flat is really flat.
Lift Jim, another tune coming up.
Okay. Anyways, there you go. That was the first bit of computer music. It actually kind of sounds like sort of like a synth sound you might hear on a Super Nintendo. Also, we're going to do a quick quiz, okay? So I'm going to play 2 tracks, and you're going to tell me whether... Listen to them both, and then I'll give you the answer. Which one is the Super Nintendo one, and which one is the Sega Genesis version? Okay, let's see here. One is from the Super Nintendo. One is from the Sega Genesis. Okay, hang on a second. Let me make sure these are the same. Fantastic. Okay, one's from the Super Nintendo, one is from the Sega Genesis. And they're going to be from the same game. Okay, this next, okay, ready? Example 2. One of those was Genesis, one of those was Super Nintendo. Okay, I'll play the first one again. That was example 1. Okay, example 2. Yep, so this one is the Super Nintendo. You can hear that there's more instruments, but everything is super compressed. And it's like muffled sounding. More samples, but compressed. The Sega Genesis, although it can do way less, when it focuses on what it can do, you can hear the space between the instruments, really strong synths. Like those drum sounds and bass, pretty good. Pretty good. Anyways, that was our little break. I thought it'd be nice to switch it up a little bit. Okay, now we're going back to our playlist. Next up is going to be Papacity Central Day Whoopo. What is that? Oh, it's the definitive edition. Ooh, bass. I hope you guys all have good speakers and headphones. Better not be listening on a phone with no headphones. Yeah. I don't know what the hell this is. Sorry, my bad. so many interesting sounds, so many interesting chord changes. It's fantastic. I really, really like this. This would make me want to explore the game and see what the heck this is all about. I could see this being like, oh yeah, this part. When it opens up. I think this one here is extra special. That right there is what Celeste is missing. Celeste has really nice tones and like good composition and good feel, but good arrangement and feel. But what Celeste is missing is unexpected chord changes and melodies. Oh, it's very Terraria, good call. Whereas Celeste generally takes pretty traditional chord changes and just kind of vamps on them over and over again. Like, just kind of over and over and again. What Celeste does well is it has nice tones and it has a nice feel and it kind of evokes a good sense of wonder. It just doesn't really take it to the next level in composition style. Hidden Gem with a whole ton of heart doesn't take itself too seriously. Whooppo! Whooppo! Yeah, it's got that Terraria sort of, like you're building on an alien world where things are kind of like blick, 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 feel like they're kind of stacking on top of each other, but these kind of alien sounds, kind of organic, but not your organic. Playful is a really good word for it. Okay, that was fantastic. Whooppo! Oh, I loved that. Next up is Zenith, Desperate Strand theme. Oh, here we go, one of these. This looks like mid-2000s PC font. This is like if those graphics card boxes came with a trailer. This is what your 500 megabyte graphics card can do. Real-time rain! Here's the problem right there. Bunch of demons coming out. Wow, I wish Muse made music like this still. Who is this? Ooh, just shredding. Jordan Chin. I feel like I'm watching an RTS back here. The unit is ready. The gargoyles are ready. We require more lightning. That's pretty cool. Way to go, Jordan Shin. Zenith. Nice one. Rhapsody, Halloween, that genre. Like medieval metal music. Maybe Final Fantasy VII-ish. Beethoven just banging his head. It's not going to bring your hearing back. Oh, goody. Another Kingdom Hearts 3 track. Remind. DLC Forza del Male.
kẻ ở.
Nomura writing the script of this game. It's very good. He did it all by himself. Here he is. Oh my god, I think he's writing the title of the next game. Wow. Okay, wow, it's pretty wild. I kind of get the feeling like some of this stuff is so... It's fun, and Yoko gets to go kind of crazy and have a lot of fun with it. It's a lot of just sort of epicness. And I kind of get the feeling like there's not really a lot of personality with the music. You know, like if you had to describe this music in any other way than like it's epic and it's dramatic. That's kind of all it is. And I think that has to do with probably not really having a lot to write with. And this is just kind of a way of me to like dig at Kingdom Hearts again, but it's more like, what is the story? You know, like, oh, in this part we really need to get across that another thing has developed in the timeline. So I think Yoko's just like, battle theme? Okay, here we go. I'm gonna make as great of a possible big battle dramatic theme, but yeah, there's emotion, but it's sort of this like neutral emotion of I don't really know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like it's nice. This track kind of more so than a lot of them feels. What is it? Why does it keep cutting out? I don't know. That's probably what happens in the game is every time like you lose a dimensional black heart or keyhole, it probably cuts out. All right. There's secret bosses that are data replicas of the characters. Whoa. Gormott by Ace. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Torna. The Golden Country soundtrack. This name. That is a name. Rise. Rise. I feel like I'm in like a garden here. Well, that must have been really fun for the musicians in the studio, because it sounds like they gave them a lot of leeway in terms of like, try to have a drum beat with as many accent notes as possible. Where that's him all the time, everything he's ever planned. Oh, I left you a note on the fridge, my love. What does it mean? You must find out the meaning for yourself. I look forward to you finding it out in 10 years' time. Nomura, gone. It's nice. This just is like a really fun kind of jazzy fusion. I like, what are those, maybe like saxophones or flutes, whatever those wind instruments are. They're, choppy piano. Super fun. The musicians are allowed to just like let loose and go crazy here. Which is probably pretty rare, I would imagine, for musicians like brought into sort of session work to be told like, yeah, go for it. You get to do a big crazy jazz build. I think that fits kind of like a big sweeping sprawling RPG, because jazz has the time to sort of like expand, and you're going to be listening to it many, many times, so you're going to uncover those layers. Pretty nice. Next up, Christopher Tin. Hey, this is the same guy who... Wait, is it? No, Jordan Shin. Sorry. Christopher Tin, Sogno di Volare. The Dream of Flight. Civilization 6 main theme. Bitches. You wanna build an empire. Oh yeah. It's coming to you. Go away. Apparently these lyrics are... The composer used a modernized version of Leonardo da Vinci's writings on flight as its lyrics. He hoped the piece would capture the essence of exploration, both the physical exploration of seeking new lands, but also the mental exploration of expanding frontiers of science and philosophy. This is nice. I mean, if you would have told me that this was, one of the classic works from, I don't know, like the 17th century something, I don't know my eras of it, but it's gorgeous. Really, really nice. Just, you'll probably never hear anything else in the game like this, because once you're into the game, it's just like a bunch of click, 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 click. You wouldn't want to be listening to this for 300 hours, but Civ 4 was the first game soundtrack to win an award. This is Civ 6, eh? Yeah, it's nice. This translation isn't totally correct. Maybe because it's Latin and not your Italian, or maybe it's like a different form, different era of Italian. That was fantastic. All right. Next up is from Dream Daddy, main menu theme. Maybe this is that 30-second loop Horky's looking for. A Daddy Simulator. This is where I think I started tuning out on Giant Bomb's Game of the Year discussions. When the argument for this game was, it's a good one of those, and I haven't played any of them, is what the person had said. Well, hey, Horky, you got your wish. There was your 30-second loop. It's a nice track. Starts off, I mean, it does the job. It's kind of got that sort of cheesy, especially the way it ended, like kind of a cheesy TV show in the 90s or something. I mean, the lyrics are pretty on the nose. Who's gonna be your dream? Like, yeah, we get it. But, yeah, pretty nice. Pretty harmless. It's very peaceful. And hopeful. Who's gonna be? Who's gonna be? Who's gonna be? I think with the chord changes, they really nail that. Yeah, it's nice. Does the job. You don't have to overdo it with stuff, right? This is a great little menu theme. 10 hours of this. I don't think it's healthy to hear that dream over and over. All right, next up, Deep Rock Galactic. Hold My Beard. Danger, darkness, dwarves. drop. Wow. Okay, that was pretty nice. That sort of like really dark kind of PC industrial. I like the tones. I like it. It's a good. Steam sale next week. Baby, 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 baby. That's nice. I really thought there's going to be like a big drop, a big wacko drop. It's funny how, like on paper you think, what do gamers want to be? I don't know, explore space worlds and stuff. As dwarves? I don't know if that's your fantasy. Yeah, dwarves. We're all dwarves, okay? Why do you like playing this? I like being the dwarf. In the darkness, in the danger. I like that box. I don't know why they put all this like space crap on the box, and when in the game you're just in caves. Seems weird. I want to play the game. I want to play the game. It's more about this. I want to be in space, dropping dwarves off, and doing more spacey stuff. I don't want to be the dwarf. That was nice. All right, 3 more tracks. Fuckers. Abzu. Then were created the gods in the midst of heaven. Where's Jeremy when you need him? He's a big Abzu guy. Was it Abzu or that other fish water game? Subnautica. Not Abzu. Gaming is a pleasure. 736, how are you? That's nice. Yeah. I would say that this has sort of like a reverent nature, like, but uneasy, like Claudio said, where it's you're impressed by something that is more powerful than you, but a bit scared of it. Because it is the water and it is something unknown. It is something that could easily kill you and has more power than you. It's nice. Pick up Vice City. Why is I can play it for 10 hours and go, okay. Is it? Yeah, maybe. If it's like $10, why not? As long as I can play it on my PS5 this fall. By then, they'll have released the PS5 Rockstar Collection, featuring slightly more remastered PS2 games. Next up, Insane Family from Vampire. Last 2 tracks, baby cakes. Good God. if I lent my cello to somebody, hey, can I play a cello? And they got on the cello instead of doing that. I'd say, you can keep that. That's yours now. I think. Gaming is a pleasure. If I could play this, I wouldn't play this. Too hard, man. It's an anime. Yeah, but what? I don't really like a lot of animes. But what's like the theming like? What's it close to? Is there anything you can compare it to? That was fantastic. I really love the way that they just kind of have that almost like out of tune or Baroque piano. Or like a harpsichord piano. This is like a really strange like chamber piano. And those strings just sounding... It sounds like demons have a classical quartet. It's nuts. Very evil. Every bit of it is just... feels evil and sinister and marching, but like slightly elegant too, like a vampire would be. You know? Slightly aristocratic. Ready to kill you and be evil, but in a very nicely dressed way. That's a great track. I don't think there's much to compare it to. All right, last track of the day. Then we're going to come back with a really short stream. I'm going to show you one of my favorite games from DOS from a long time ago called Police Quest. And then I don't know what we're playing tomorrow because we got to play... We got Last of Us 2 on Friday, so I'm not sure what to play tomorrow. All right, maybe a bunch of different games. Who knows? Bunch of small ones. Nier Automata, City Ruins, Dynamic Vocals. It's made only from the cello? Only from the cello. See, that makes sense. Because when you were hearing those pluck sounds, that might have been them like up at the top, kind of pulling the top strings. You know, I have a guitar here. Like when you play this part here. Can you hear that? Kind of like this. So creative to do all that with one cello. Even like a little percussion maybe too. And oh yeah, and we need to choose a theme for next week. So we did the last 5 years, so maybe we should do something more retro. But you guys are all pretty young. So maybe the PlayStation N64 era, maybe the PS2, GameCube, Xbox era. Pick one of those eras. Okay, this is going to be Nier Automata. Oh, yes. I love this soundtrack. Yeah, this is one of my favorite soundtracks of all time. It's, oh my god, it's, a lot of the songs sound a bit similar to each other, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. I think that the way these, it's kind of like a march, but kind of like a disrupted march, which you think about the game is sort of like the production of the robots, of the androids, things being disrupted, kind of like human history being disrupted. A lot of like looping, what do you call those things? Ostinatos is when there's like a looping melodic figure. Bang, 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 bang. Just like the loopingness of kind of everything going on and the history of it. And it just has such a, like you're marching off on like great mechanized cyborg war elephants into a desert of a new reality and a new future. Oh, it's just amazing. Your plan failed. That was a good track, Siegfried, that Vampire one. That was really cool. Pretty fantastic game. Do you think I'll get screwed because I'm showing the IGN's video? What if I do it backwards? This was a really fun game. I didn't need it to be super open world, but like all the set pieces. And I kind of wish it wasn't so repetitive. I get what they were going for, but there were a lot of parts that felt like, okay, I gotta slog through this to get to the good stuff. It's just so unique. I think more games should do this thing of like having somebody who is making the game who actually doesn't know how to make games, you know? And it's just a crazy story person. And the rest of them can have somebody else make the engine and stuff. Well, which could result in kind of like bad pacing and stuff, right? So maybe that isn't a great idea. Best track of the year? Yeah, I would say, I mean, looking back at them, what do we have here? Whoops. Take me back to my playlist. All right, what do we have here? You see that? I mean, Nier is always a huge one for me. This Vampire one was probably the most original. Pretty amazing. What else we got here? Abzu was nice. Deep Rock Galactic, that dark PC industrial. Dream Daddy was okay. The Civilization one was pretty strong on its own. It is sort of like mimicking a lot that's come before it to evoke that style, but I think it has an original style to it as well. What was this Xenoblade Chronicles one? Kingdom Hearts, Dream Daddy. Oh yeah, no, Papacity. This is probably my favorite. This one and the Vampire. At first I was thinking, oh, it's too bad I don't seem to have room to put in my tracks anymore, but I learned so much more hearing. It's 5 more tracks. 3 to 5 more tracks that are going to be new to me. Yeah, I think this one might be my favorite. This one and the Vampire. The Devil May Cry was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. And the Zelda one. Oof. Oh, the Zelda one was just monumental. How do I say...
I want your track to be in me. How to save?
Save. Watch later? I guess so. Share. Get that link. And then put it here for later. That's nice. Alright, I'm gonna go back with some Polizia, for maybe about a quick hour. Thumbs upping it saves it to a list. Oh, yeah. Original Face Shrine on the Game Boy. Let's try that. Face Shrine Game Boy. Pretty good for the Game Boy. The way they use that delay. That's so good. I mean, with basically like it's like a 2-note chord and delay. Yeah, it is kind of going up and down. Tarm Ruins, Oracle of Seasons. Oh, here we go. What happened? Tarm Ruins, Oracle. The real one. Boom, 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 boom. Why did you think I didn't like Vampire? Yeah. They did a really good job of making them seem these like Game Boy chirps should sound cold and sterile, but feels like you can live in them with the delay. It's pretty cozy. Very nice. The Game Boy Color's not that old, but it used pretty old sounds anyway. Alright, I'm going to be back in about 5 minutes with Police Sequesta. See you then. Thanks, everybody. So next week is going to be PS2 tracks. Go to our Discord, and we'll see you there.